feel right now. I don't know what kind of readings I want to do. Hey, badass problem solver. Like, I don't know what feel I'm in. I'm kind of like over the drama, you know? But I know it's entertaining. But let's see what we pull. I kind of want to go into a little more not so much drama. And then I guess later we can switch it up or something. You know? We'll see. Alright, spirit angels. Let's get a message going for my beautiful collective. Let's talk healing. Let's talk career. Let's kind of leave drama out. How about that, Spirit? Let's go. Archangel Michael, we call on your protection for this live. Bring in all those that need a message. And please remove anybody from here that does not need to be here. We have reflection. Okay, hold up. I pulled reflection, defining moment, and self-discovery, and forgiveness, and gifts. 5 lives to live. Okay, Spirit, come on. Damn, that's a lot. I already know what the message is about. So basically this is about you not hiding your gifts. Hey, Lori, how are you? This is about if you had 5 lives to live, right? If you had 5 imaginary lives to live, what would you do and be like in each one of them, right? So this is about you really getting clear with what it is you want to do with your life, right? I feel like you've been sleeping on yourself for far long enough, and it could be that, you know, you get into relationships and then you forget about yourself, and time passes by, you have children, or you just get really invested in the connection that you lose yourself. And so this is about, did I nail it with these nails, Lori? Did I nail it with these nails? And so it's time to stop sleeping on yourself. Like, no more. Like, there's the need for you to make a promise to yourself that you're gonna be so damn loyal to you. Okay, you've been looking for commitment, you've been looking for loyalty, but yet you have not been giving this to yourself, right? It's time to commit to yourself, and it's time to be loyal to yourself. And that anytime you come into a connection, you don't forget that you need to be loyal most of all to you, and you're still committed to you, okay? Because it's like you keep sleeping on, you keep wasting time. Do you want to be on your deathbed when you're an old lady like, I wish I had tried this and I hadn't dated Jake or Steven, or, by the way, I've never dated a Jake or a Steven, so great. But it's like you want to live your life and not think like that. You want to be like, man, I tried everything. I fucking went hard. I went for it. I tried. I failed. I succeeded. Like, I fell on my face and I got back up again, and I just kept going. You want to have a story that you are excited and proud to talk about, right? You don't want to live a life that you gotta watch movies in order to feel excited about life. Did you hear that? You want to live a life that excites you, a life that is like you are proud of, a life that you're happy with, a story that you could tell your grandkids, that you could be like, they could be like, damn, my grandma went after everything. If my grandma went after it, why can't I? If my grandma believed in herself, why can't I? This era needs to be, why not me? Okay? This is that pivotal moment where you need to really sync with that and marry this. It's time to marry it. All right? It is your biggest commitment of anything. When a relationship comes forward, Don't you dare put it aside and abandon it. You've already done that many, many times. And every single time you regret it. Because time keeps passing by. You're getting older. Time is passing by. Stop it. It's time to marry ourselves. It's time to marry our journey. What it is we're trying to, not our journey, but our goal. Time to marry your goal. Okay? But also time to forgive yourself for the time you've wasted. For the people that you threw this time away for. Oh, that fucking hurt. Just even saying it like hurt my heart. It's time to forgive yourself for who you threw this time away for. The people you settled for. The people that you allowed to waste your fucking time. That we don't have much of. So from now on, we are getting married to our commitment, to ourselves, and we're gonna be so damn loyal to ourselves. If we were your kids, we would punish ourselves, okay? But most of all, forgive yourself for the mistakes, because they're not mistakes. You still learned something from it, right? It still taught you something. But forgive yourself. Don't kick yourself too hard. Don't kick yourself too hard. I'm also getting to use your gifts and stop being afraid to be seen, okay? Shine bright like the fucking sun. I'm not going to say shine bright like a diamond, because the diamond doesn't shine as bright as the sun. Okay? You're a fucking star. Go shine bright like the fucking sun. I said yes. I love that. I need a shirt that says that. I said yes. I'm marrying myself. All right, Spirit. What else we got here for the collective? Ooh. Look, the defining moment says the same thing. Look at your life experience so far. What have you been defining? What have been your defining moments or turning points? And this should be it right here, okay? Look, we have hidden self. What else, Spirit? True to self. Masking. Limiting beliefs. Triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Expressing anger. Defensiveness. All right, let's see where we go with this one. So again, it's time to come out of your cocoon. It's time to come out of your shell. I know you've been accustomed to being in your shell since childhood, because again, every time you expressed yourself or you really fully were yourself, you either got in trouble for it, or you made people really jealous. So you kind of learned to kind of dim your light to make others comfortable. So this is now talking about you really being true to yourself openly. Stop hiding parts of you that you think are gonna be too much or whatever. Just fucking parade your peacock fucking feathers, okay? It's time to peacock away, baby. So, you know, lately I've been encountering people that mask themselves, right? They wear a mask, and I got masking next to triggers. All right, let me dive into that. Because when it's supposed to be a reflection of you, right? What somebody is doing that you complain about, it somehow aligns with something you do as well, right? So I'm trying to see where I'm masking something myself, right? So I could be complaining about someone in my past that was doing this, and now I'm trying to find where in myself so I could connect the two. Okay. So I think for you, instead of being like where you're pretending to be something you're not, or I think it's something different. It's masking still, right? Like you're still wearing a mask on yourself. It's like your self-limiting belief is your mask. That's what makes you hold back. That's what makes you like not shine as bright as you're supposed to. It's like example, right? Example I can give you is like I went to go to this dance place, right? And I'm there, and I still did my thing, I still had fun, I still danced, even though I was messing up and I was not as good as the other girls, because these girls have been dancing for years, and they haven't taken any breaks. They're still like dancers to this day, and they're going to these competitions or these tryouts coming straight from already a dance team, and I haven't danced in ages, right? So I already go in there with that, like I already know this. So I still go in there and do my thing, but I'm obviously nowhere at their level because I haven't been practicing like they have. So I don't come off as confident because I'm already kind of underneath the surface. I already know this. So it's like I know I have more oomph to me. I know, like, gosh, like I was literally one of my friends, she was like reminding me, she was like, hey, remember when we used to go to the club and we were doing the dance competition and you popped up with a fucking air split and landed it on the floor? Guys, that was before the fucking air split was a thing, okay? This was me like back in the day, like booty shaking, like fucking air split, land on the fucking ground, okay? Before it was all over the fucking videos and shit, okay? I don't want to say I created that shit, but I created that shit here in my hometown, okay? But anyways, and when she told me this, it fucking reminded me, like, man, I used to fucking dance, like, and the person that showed up at these tryouts was not her. You know, I held back a lot, and I was being very shy and very conservative. And I was still dancing. I was still like presenting myself, and I didn't care if I was messing up and they were looking at me like I don't know how to dance. It didn't matter. I was still doing it. But it was very reserved dancing and very conservative, very held back. So this is about you not holding yourself back. You just get in there and fucking be confident. The confident is a switch. Flip the switch. Stop hiding. And even if you look stupid, like, just fucking do it. Eventually it's not gonna look stupid. Hi, Edgar. Yeah, you know, I was pretty well known. I was pretty much in everything, you know. And I knew everybody. Like, I was pretty much in all the groups. I just never felt like I quite fit in with anybody. Like I was with the jocks because I was an athlete, but then I would feel like I didn't belong because they were just not my people. And then I would hang out with the cholos because my family was like very kind of ghetto. Like, we came from this other upbringing, so my cousins and them were all hang out with the cholos. So sometimes I would hang out with the cholos, but I also still felt like I wasn't fitting in. Even though I fit in, it's weird. Like, I fit in, but I didn't feel like I belonged. Okay, like, it's not like I was the weirdo that nobody wanted to talk to. No, I got attention. People wanted to hang out with me. People wanted to talk to me. I just never felt like I belonged there. It's a weird feel. It's a feeling from the soul, from the heart. It wasn't that I didn't fit in. It wasn't that I was not being accepted in. I was always accepted in. I always was able to fit in everywhere I put myself. I just never felt the connection like that was my people or my soul clan. You know, it was that kind of thing. All right, let's see. What else, Spirit? What else we got here for the collective? I have sanctuary. For this, I'm feeling like you are your own sanctuary, right? Like, trust your heart, trust your soul. Be authentically you, right? Make sure it's all in a healthy dynamic where you're not forcing yourself to be something that you're not. Hi, Bella. To where your truth, your boundaries, your morals, they don't have to fit everybody else, but you should stick to them like glue. They belong to you and they're a part of you, and don't waver from it. Don't waver from it. Don't waver from it. Like, don't allow people to make you change the way you do things or the way you view things. Okay, I said two different things. The way you do things and the way you view things. Like, make your own judgment. And this is what I tell you guys all the time. Like, I'm up here, I'm giving you guys advice. I tell you guys things that I've gone through on my journey, and I tell you guys how I did them and how I overcame them. At the end of the day, I always want you guys to remember that I'm not God. And any person, whether they're famous, whether they're a motivational speaker, whether they're the priest at the church, like, people are human. They're living the human experience, right? And sometimes the ego can get to the head, and that's when people start to take advantage of their position, right? Which is another reason why I also feel like sometimes I hold myself back, because I'm afraid of, like, not that I'm afraid of it, but I'm afraid of it. Like, I don't want to get to that point where I get lost in that position, right? But as long as you stay balanced and as long as you stay grounded, that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, even if there's so much corruption and there's so many people out there that are like that, like, example, we can say like politics all day long, right? We can say how politics are this way and that way. If people go in there with that mentality, then it's never going to be changed, right? So you got to be able to enter in these rooms and try to make the most difference that you can. And don't think that you can't make a difference by yourself. And don't think you're alone, because you're not. There's other people that think like you, and you will find the people you flock with. Okay? The people that believe and stand for the things you believe in. So stand tall with it, even if it's lonely at the beginning. Stay strong with it. Be that justice that needs to be in this world. Thank you. Thank you so much for my heart. Thank you, Ron. Yes. And remember that you are your own checks and balances, right? Like, you're the one that's going to continuously... I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge reflector. I'm a reflector. So I tend to be... That's actually a thing. I'm a reflector. I cause people to look in the mirror. I mirror to people, even if I don't tell them what they're doing. I mirror to them what they want to be, or what they are not doing, or like I mirror to them. So I tend to trigger people in two different ways. Either they love me and they wanna, evolve with me, or evolve like me, like I inspire them, or they fucking hate my guts because they are not doing something that I'm doing, because I'm doing all these things that they haven't moved on. And so I trigger the shit out of them, and then they fucking hate my stinking guts, and then they want to compete with me to do what I'm doing but better. but they still reflect and they still do the work. So either way, I do my job. My job is to make people reflect. My job is to make people evolve. Okay, naturally. I don't have to do anything. I just, by naturally being myself, I cause this trigger in people, right? So this is what it's calling to, again, if you're questioning, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I living in my purpose? Am I, like, because you feel like you're not doing it. You are. By simply you being yourself, by simply you following your dreams and passions, you are living in your purpose. Again, reminder that nobody is God, okay, guys? I want you to remember that every single time you join anything, okay? You know what I've been realizing as well lately is another channel message I'm getting is that I've always wanted to fit into something. I don't fit in. I just don't. And I don't want to say because I'm too fucking just, but I'm too fucking just. You know, when something is wrong, I'm gonna say something. When something is not right, I'm gonna say something. When people are being taken advantage of, I'm gonna say something. I just cannot sit back and I'm not like the sheep, you know. If I see something is wrong, I'm gonna try to do something about it. It'll eat me up inside. And I don't fit into groups like that. And I'm constantly trying to, when I go into things, I want to because you want to fit in. We've grown up to want to fit in. You just don't fit in. Okay? Be okay with being alone, but being able to mingle and connect with people. But don't try to fit into any groups is what is it's a reminder to don't try to fit into any groups. Groups are sheep. Groups are like hierarchy and we're better than this or we're better than that, or it's a separation. So stop trying to fit into groups. You don't belong to groups. You're not part of groups. You are you. So it's like you want and this is another thing. Here's another channel, guys. I guess I'm just gonna channel messages here. You want to be wanted. You want to be committed to. You want people who stand by you. And this could all come from childhood, right? Like feeling abandoned, feeling like there's no real like family, no real group setting, that you really desperately want to be part of something. So you get excited usually when you've joined something, like let's say for example, you start taking your son to school, and then the moms are doing this PTA thing and all of that, and you want to kind of go and join it a little bit so you could kind of get involved. And or if a group asks you to join something, like you get excited. It's like wanting to be part of people, right? And so, but it never works out. Every time you see what's going on underneath there, you're kind of like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Example I'm going to give you guys. And here, I don't know if I was self-sabotaging or I was really looking at something, right? But I'm going to say I was really looking at something. So all these dance teams, right? All these dance teams run like their hierarchy, right? So the people that hire you, the people that let you into the team, like right off the bat, they were telling us that if you make the team, we decide if we cut your hair, we color your hair, we do this to you, we do that to you, and you just have to do it. Like you belong to us, basically, is what she was saying. And she was like, don't worry, we're not gonna do anything that's gonna like make you look bad. Like our point is to make you look good. But this person holds like a title of a lot of power, and you can see in the way she speaks about it that if I say you're cutting your hair, you're cutting your hair. And one of the girls that was there, she was like, my hair was so long, like up to my hips, and they made me get a bob. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, you know, I just thought that was so not cool, you know? Like I just and right off the bat, like I was already thinking like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like for people to have so much power over people. And I immediately started thinking, I don't want to be a part of that at all. Like, I don't want to be I don't want to be a part of anything that's gonna be where they own me and they tell me what I can wear, what I can say, what I can. You have to clear up your social media. You have to, like, just fuck. Just thinking about it already makes me want to vomit. I hate fucking chains. I don't like chains at all. I'm a fucking bird. I fly. So that's what I mean. It's like, but at the same time, we want to be a part of something, you know? So it's time for us to just look at it. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mother Gaia. It's time to realize that we are a fucking bird. We fly and we visit with people, and that's it. We visit with people, we shine our light, we give a message of support, of love and light, and we fly. And that's it. Okay? We don't belong anywhere. We don't belong to anything. We don't belong with the contracts. We are free. So remember that you are your own sanctuary. This is not saying that you can't trust people or you don't trust people. This is just saying that you can't be put in a box. Nobody puts baby in a corner. You're too fucking magical. You're too fucking bright. You don't belong in groups. So visit, because we need human interaction. We need it. Like, you need it. You go a little insane if you don't, or you start, you know, you get extra weird when you don't interact with humans. But that's why I have to force myself sometimes, guys. Like, sometimes I could go into hermit mode and I won't leave my house forever. Like, I'll be in my house. I like being home. I love it. And sometimes I have to force myself out because I get too comfortable and then I don't want to ever leave. And I start making excuses to going this way or that way. Like, I have to force myself to get the hell out of the house, mingle with people, and then come back home and hermit mode another few months. Another 6 months probably. But anyways, this is just a reminder that you don't belong to any group. So let's not try to fit into any groups. We don't belong to any group. We are us. We are free. And go ahead and mingle. All right. But again, also another message is nobody is God. Okay. Remember to, whenever you get advice from someone, even if they're like fucking the most famous person on the planet, like, you still want to, if it sounds wrong to you, if it sounds like it goes against your morals, trust it. Okay? Trust it. Don't be afraid to walk away from something that sounds malicious. It sounds dark. It sounds like I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to do that. Don't be afraid to walk away when it sounds like that. Trust your gut. Trust it. Thank you, Flaming Dawn. Trust your gut. You are the star, and you are the one that attracts these opportunities into you. Okay? Trust and believe that when you walk away from something that's not right, that God's gonna present you something better. Don't get stuck with the one you were given because you're afraid that the future's not gonna bring another offer. Don't think like that. You gotta know without a doubt that God, Creator Divine, is gonna send you the right offer and the right opportunity. Welcome in, guys. Don't forget to double tap that screen, share the live. If anybody wants to book, everything is on my bio. If you guys want a reading on the live, you can book through check, everything is on my bio, okay? You're a hot commodity is what I just heard. You're the fucking star. Where are stars located? In the sky. And so is the moon. Okay? So when you walk like this, when you walk in your authenticity, when you walk in your truth, when you walk in your morals, it's like you're that much more desirable than the person that will do anything to get in that fucking door. Yes, they might get opportunities like that, but man, what kind of door are you opening up, right? This is why, you know, and this is what I say to everybody. I'm like, man, if I wanted to have to do those kind of things, those are the first offers that showed up to me. To this day, they still show up. And I fucking go around it. I'm not about to do nothing that I don't want to do to get to where I'm trying to go. I'd rather take the long way, and I'd rather go around. But because you also know it's a slippery slope. How much are you going to end up doing? Maybe at first it's just this. At first it's just that. And then it goes to this. And then it evolves to that. How much are you going to be? Once you open that door, there's no going back. And I'm sure you could go back. But after you've already done so many things that make you feel worthless and used. I thought about all that stuff, guys. I thought about it and I was like, I'm not willing to do that. I'm not about to sell my soul to get my dream. I'm going to take my time and I'm going to be patient for God to present it to me. Stand with your truth and your confidence, because no man can stand against you. Okay? None of these people that walk in this type of light could touch you, could come near you. Look at all the conflict. And look how you stand so well all by yourself. You are so divine. You are so protected. Look at the lions next to her. You stand alone and you are so fucking powerful. It's powerful. All these people have to stand in groups and still they can't touch you. I just heard, touch not my anointed. Welcome in. Exactly. Yeah, guys, I don't know if y'all have noticed as well. I think like for you guys, because we're all connected, right? You guys have also experienced situations where it's basically a solo journey, right? But apart from it being a solo journey, it's like you notice that people tend to get in groups to go against you. Like when there's people that go against you, it's usually a little group. And I'm going to say it's usually a group of 3 or more. If I can tell you how many groups of 3s I've gotten rid of in the past 3 years. Did you just hear that? The groups of 3s that I've gotten rid of in the past 3 years. Goddamn. 333 right there. It's just funny how they have to get into groups and try to fuck with you, and you all by yourself. You don't need people. You don't need people. And that's how you fucking call in opportunities, okay? You stand alone. You stand alone. But you're not alone, right? Exactly, Emmanuel. Nope. Well, because also like solitude is important, right? Solitude is where you shed the skin That's where you shed the mask. That's where you shed the belief systems. That's solitude is so important, to go into depth with yourself without having outside like people, outside voices. And so it's supposed to be where you have that time where you are alone, so you can be able to reflect and go through that journey like that. But a lot of the times people get stuck in those groups. Yep. This is about you guys really holding on to your coin, holding on to your blessings, holding on to your energy. Like, be more conservative with your energy, okay? Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves to be near you, to have a conversation with you, to get advice from you. Not everyone deserves to hear your voice. Not everyone deserves to get hugged by you, because your hugs are magical and very healing. Not everyone deserves to be around you. So be more reserved with this energy, and put a wall for anyone that tries to come into your space, into your energy. Put the wall up. Don't bother me. We have a new beginning happening for you guys. This is the new journey, new beginning, a new passionate beginning, a new passionate start. And it's very, and I'm seeing independence over here. Financial wealth, okay? This is something you've been working on already. You're about to fucking grab that opportunity with your hands. As you could see here, it's like he's holding on to this plan he's been working on for some time. He's been looking in the future, and it's like you're finally gonna see it transpire in front of your eyes. Okay? It's about to transpire right before your eyes. Get ready to live a different lifestyle. Get ready for a whole new life, a whole new world. This has a lot to do with your workspace, okay? Like you starting to get more clients, more. This is something you've been working on for some time, okay? Like I said, you probably were even like planting seeds, right? Like you started this, it didn't work out. You started this other thing, it didn't work out. It's like not that it didn't work out, it just didn't pick up where it needed to. So you kind of put it aside, So it was like you were planting seeds and putting these accomplishments on the wall. It's now gonna add up together, and it's all gonna come into full circle, and it's all gonna be used together, okay? So example, guys, I wanted to tell you guys, here's the new world, the new beginning, new chapter, new everything. So you guys know how I've been wanting to do like light language and stuff like that, and kind of like this is the kind of stuff you do it with this kind of music, right? So I'm about to get the opportunity this Friday. I'm gonna be part of a plant medicine ceremony. I'm gonna be providing the yoga. I've hung my yoga mat. I've hung my yoga mat gloves. I haven't done it in a long time, but I was asked to provide it, and I agreed. I'm excited. I can't wait to go into the medicine and go deep into my trauma. I feel like I've been attracting a lot of narcissistic relationships, whether they're friendships or romantic. And I've seen the pattern that it's added up, and I know where it stems from, right? But the medicine's gonna allow me to go deeper into it and really break it apart. My first narcissist was my aunt, guys, and my father. My father was a narcissist. My father was a child molester, and he wore a mask, and people loved him. He wore a mask for everybody. Everybody thought he was this very, like, prestigious, like, person. He had such a charisma. People loved him, and behind closed doors, he was my molester, right? And he molested other children. And my other narcissist was my aunt. She was incredibly mean in the daytime, and at night she would drink, and she would be the most sweetest, loving person in the world. She would nurture us and kiss us and tells us she loves us so much, and in the day she would be really mean to us. And so I know it all stems from my childhood. I know where it comes from, but I want to dive deeper into it. I want to really, like, take it apart. I want to peel the layers. So I'm really going into this medicine ritual with that intention to dive deeper and see what I can come up, what I come up with. And I will bring it back to you guys and let you guys know how it goes. But I'm going to be providing the yoga for this event. And I'm also going to be providing the vocals for the music. So I'm excited. So yeah, I'm excited. And let me just show you what I'm talking about, the kind of music, so you can hear the kind of stuff I'm gonna do for the event. It's gonna be something like this. And those of you who have never tried plant medicine, I would highly recommend it, obviously in a safe environment that is dedicated for healing. I wouldn't recommend it to do it like on your own. It's not the same, or like recreational with people. Energy is everything, and if you're doing it with people that are kind of wild and crazy, you're gonna pick up their demons and stuff. So I'd recommend to do it in an environment where it's dedicated for healing, and you go in with the intention. What are you trying to look into? What are you trying to attract? What are you trying to release? It's incredibly powerful. I also don't like to do them. So this is what I'll be doing for the event. This is a pan music, and then she's singing with it. I'm excited. Do you feel the music? Like you feel it in your body? I can't wait. I'm excited, guys. I've always wanted to do that. This time I'm doing it for this event, so it's different than practicing by myself and not sure how it sounds, but now I'm gonna actually do it for people. So I'm excited about that. I don't know why it made me emotional. I just almost wanted to cry. I'm excited. Where was I? I was saying something. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. Darren, I'm very proud of you for looking into that. Boys do go through that a lot, but they don't speak about it. So the statistics out there about it is so off. It's not right. Men tend to not communicate about this because they feel some sort of way. People are going to judge them or think that they're this or they're that. So they don't really speak up about it when they should. It's something that because people don't talk about it, people don't know it exists. Yes. I love her. Guys, if you want a reading, you can go look at my bio for information, okay? Yeah, and you know, sometimes you don't have to face your own abuser, right? You could. Don't expect them to apologize or anything, right? But you can either do a energetic release, right? So you can write a letter to them, say everything you wish you had said, and then forgive them so it could release you. Because when you hold on to that, it holds you back. So you can forgive them. You can give yourself the apology you wished you had heard, and then burn the letters. Okay, that's the best way. Because a lot of times these abusers, and look, this is what I'm gonna say, guys. I hate to put this pressure on anybody, but this is the way it was given to me. And because of that, this is how I see it and how I feel it. So somebody once told me, and mind you, this person ended up being an abuser to one of my kids. So he fooled me. But I used the knowledge and I used what he taught me on him. And I told him, you know what I have to do, right? You taught me that. And he walked away. That was the last words I spoke to this man. And I did. Okay? But he told me, he goes, you know, if the person before you would have spoken up, maybe you would have been saved. He goes, it's your responsibility to do the right thing. Because every kid that gets abused after you, you're kind of at fault for it. Because you didn't say anything. And therefore, more kids keep getting abused because you didn't speak up. And that hit me. That hit me hard. And at the time, my father was going through some charges because he had molested his girlfriend's daughters. And that case had been open for years. We were already adults. And my father was doing that to me, so why wouldn't he be doing it to them, right? So right then and there, I ended up making the decision within myself to go speak up. So I went and I made my report. So I was used as a witness for that case, and they won, and he got his jail time for that. And then again, like I said, for this person that taught me that, I ended up using that advice against him, and I let him know about that. And he just nodded his head. I said, you taught me that. He nodded his head and he walked away. So whoever needed that message, they never stop, guys. You sometimes think that they stopped and they don't no longer do that. It's not true. They just learned how to hide it better. For me, I became an adult, so I wasn't a child anymore. So he wouldn't do anything to me, and by then I would fight, and I had an attitude. So he wasn't about to do anything to me and me not fight it. And I had already been rebelling, so I wouldn't be home. Anything I could do to not be home. But he was a part of the church, and they encountered children everywhere. He used to carry candies all the time. And every time we got to church, I thought he had changed. Okay? This is, mind you, I thought he had changed. He was adamant for me to get custody of my siblings. Because, guys, I raised my siblings. I raised 3 of my siblings. He kept trying to push it. And I was like, why does he keep wanting me to get them? I was going to get them, but why is he so insistent and so yeah, do this. I'm going to help you with this. I was like, why is he being so helpful? Right? But I was like, he changed. We go to church all the time. He's changed. He doesn't do that anymore. And God showed me that he hadn't changed. I came home from work one day. I opened the door and I see him on the sofa with the neighbor's daughter. And they both jumped. You know that reaction people do when they're doing something? They both jumped on opposite sides of the sofa, and I immediately knew what was happening because he used to do that to me on the sofa all the time. And I always beat myself up for not having being brave enough to walk up there and pull off the blanket to verify what I already know. But I already knew what was going on. So I just called her. I called her to come with me, and I kind of took her under my wing, and I started talking to her, and I told her what happened to me with him, and I tried to get her to open up to me, but she didn't. But I already knew that was going on. But I think he had already been working her for some time, that she didn't feel comfortable enough to tell me the truth. So I just made sure that she never came over. I made sure he had never had access to her and things like that. But that's when God showed me that he hadn't changed, and he still was doing the same thing, and that he just learned how to hide it better from me as well, because he wore a mask. Like I said, he was very charismatic. Everyone loved him. People loved him, not just kids but adults. Like, everybody loved him, but he was the devil in disguise. So just so you guys know that, there's so many stories about even a grandpa, an older man that's like a grandpa, that does things to kids. Guys, please never believe these people stop this. They never stop. They can't help themselves. So if you have been a victim of one of these people, do the right thing, even if it's just to make a report so it's out there. That's the best you can do, so that in case anybody else ever came up, there's already someone who said it before. The best thing you could do is at least make a report about it. Don't stay silent. Don't keep it to yourself. Exactly, D. Yeah, guys, it's very common. Like, believe it or not, it's very common. I would say like maybe 8 out of 10 of my friends had a story. And it's not just adults. Like, sometimes, like, I had a few friends that their mom would go to work and they would stay home with the older brothers. The older brothers were doing things to them the entire time. 5-year-old little girl getting RAPED by their older brothers. So yeah, I'll protect your kids, guys. Yeah. It's important, to talk to your kids, and important to make sure you also don't trust a lot of people, to leave them with them. And guys, women do this too. I didn't really. I had maybe one female that did that to me. Once you become a victim of that, it's like you're a target. People just, like, these people know how to target you. There's something they see in you that they just know. I don't know. I guess thinking back on it, like, maybe they will do little gestures or movements and see how you react. We had a babysitter that had an older daughter, and she would make me and my brother do things with her. And she was like in high school, and we were like in elementary. But women do that too. So don't think that women don't do that. And this is not so you can live in fear and be afraid of. You just gotta be able to use your discernment and know, and also make sure you speak to your kids. It's very important. I made a post recently, and there's a book, guys. You can find this book on my showcase. It's a little book for kids that teaches them about boundaries with their body, teaches them how to say no, teaches them how to pay attention when something doesn't feel right, and it's not normal. Teaches them how to pay attention when something doesn't feel right, and it's not normal. To make sure to tell mom and dad. I'm so happy that you overcame that, Darren. Okay. Um, yeah, it's a topic that's very tough to chew. You know. Thank you, Fully. What is it called, Lori? I want to put it, see what it shows. But yeah, I made a post with that with those books because again, it's very important to talk to your kids. If your kids know, and again, it's not like you're scaring them, right? Because kids can get scared real quick. Like if you you gotta know how to tell them these things without scaring them. Um, thank you, Trude. Um, and so when you teach them about these things, it's like if it does happen, they won't freeze, right? Because a lot of times when this happens for the first time, you freeze and you don't know what to do, you don't know what's happening. Okay, like I can tell you from my first time, when my father was doing stuff to me, I froze and I couldn't move. It was like my body got like frozen like a popsicle. I couldn't move. I was just in shock. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what he was doing. And I just froze. And so when you kind of bring these things up, they if that does happen, it's like they're gonna know what to do. It's like you get them prepared for, not that you're preparing them, but hey, don't like for them to be afraid for their whole life. No, it's just preparing them in case something like that does ever happen. It brings a like, I know what to do. Mom told me about this. I know what I have to do here. It just gets them to be able to react instead of freezing and letting it happen. You know. Exactly, D. Exactly. It's always a family member, a friend of the family. It's always someone you know, guys. It's very rare that it's someone that is outside of the home. It's very rare, not that outside the home, because like I said, it's a family friend. It's very rare for it to be a stranger. It's always somebody that you know, that you trust. Okay? And even if you don't, like, trust your intuition. Sometimes you're like, no way, my brother would never do that. Trust your intuition. It's always somebody you know, and your kid is fond of, until, right? And it's not like they groom them. So they're gonna groom them, and then it's like they slowly mentally like get them ready to when they feel like they're not gonna speak and they're not gonna say anything, right? So by the time they do something to the child feels confused, like, but they care about me, but they love me, but they always take me here, but they always buy me this, but they care about me, like they told me not to tell anybody. So you don't say anything because they worked this kid's mind the entire time. So they're very calculated and they're very patient. They're very manipulative. Yeah. Yep, Darren. Exactly. It's exactly how it is. It's again, like I want to say, it's always they wear a mask with everybody, and they fool a lot of people. They fool a lot of people to trusting them with their kids, and trusting them and thinking they're good people when they really aren't. They're a monster. Darren, can I know the age of this kid? This topic is really tough for me, guys. I don't know why. For me, like, when I think about it, for me, like, it doesn't bother me, but when I think about it for somebody else, it really triggers me. I don't know why. I think for myself, I desensitized trauma. So when something's done to me, I don't tend to see it. But when it's done to somebody else, I feel it. And especially when it's to do with boys, guys, I will have nightmares of that. Like that is my biggest fear, okay? And I've been working through that because I always think about my son, and it is my biggest fear. And I used to have nightmares of that almost daily. I've worked through this for a long time now that I don't dream about it anymore. Um, what are the signs to look for, Kaya? One, trust your intuition, your gut. Okay. Also, the way you can tell people that wear a mask, look into their eyes. Okay, their eyes don't lie. When you look into my eyes, guys, there's a spark, there's life, there's joy. When you look into a kid's eyes, look at it this way. When you look into a kid's eyes, you see light, you see joy, you see innocence, you see a light. Practice like that. Look into a child's eyes, and the feeling you get when you look into those little sparkly eyes, when you encounter a person that wears a mask, their eyes are dark. And I don't mean the color, I mean the inside. It's dark, it's empty, it's dead. There's nothing in there. And it feels ugly. You feel it. I'm practicing to pay attention to that more because I've seen this in people, and I've pushed my intuition aside, and then they do me dirty. Or I have to learn a lesson through their behavior towards me later. Okay, Darren, thank you. Yeah. You see, those are the times where that's why I don't recommend leaving any kid with a teenage boy. And I'm not saying this is okay or not, that this is okay, right? But boys that are anywhere from 13 and up, they're already experiencing things with their body, right? And apart from that, there's a lot of things they see on the phone. And apart from that, there's not a lot of access to girls that are their age that are gonna be consenting or whatever, right? So whatever is available, they will go after because their hormones are all over the place. And I'm not saying that's an excuse. It's not a fucking excuse. That's not a fucking excuse. Okay, their morals, and they should know that that's taboo. That's not right. But this is also why we have to talk to our kids, right? We even have to talk to our kids about not doing stuff like that. Consent is important and all of that stuff, right? But again, that's why any 13-year-old and up boy, I would never leave my kids with any boy around those ages that are experiencing changes in their bodies, okay? Not because I would think they're doing something, but because I don't want them to even consider it or even think about it. It's like you're putting like the temptation right there, you know? Again, there's nothing I'm not saying that it's excusable. It's not at all. Yep. It's good to talk to our kids about not about consent. Like somebody has to consent, but you can't manipulate. If you're manipulating somebody to consent, it's not right. You can't consent to a child. You can't consent to this. You can't, make sure you talk to your kids about all that stuff. And that's a conversation I'm going to have with my son as well. Even though I don't think I need it, but I'm also going to have it with him because I don't want to ever need to, right? Yeah, because a lot of times we're also worrying about them being abused, but we also need to make sure that they don't abuse, right? Exactly. Yeah, I feel like my kids and I, we talk about stuff like that. to the point that, like, okay, my daughter, she was just way too many questions, okay? Like, this one asks questions that are make me uncomfortable, you know? Like, she'll be like, Mom, can I ask you something? And I always, my stomach always like gets in knots, because she always asks the most like intense questions, but she's curious, so I will answer. So she's asked me so many things, like so many things that she's wondered about, and I feel like it's good for her to be so curious and for her to ask me about it and know, you know, my response to it. But my son, whenever I bring up stuff, he doesn't want to talk about it. You know, he gets like, stop, like I don't want to talk about that, or he gets shy, and I'm just like, it's normal, like we got to talk about it. And so I'll just say what I need to say, and then we'll leave it at that. But he doesn't usually communicate back with me about it. He'll just like laugh, or he'll just tell me to stop, you know. But things like that, you know. This is a topic. It's a topic. But yeah, guys. That was a message, and I hope everybody that is in here got to hear this message, and is gonna use, you know, their knowledge, and you know that this message was here for a reason, and you came in for a reason, and you heard it for a reason. So make good use of it, right? Thank you for my hearts. Thank you, Chad. Welcome in. Yeah, like I remember one time we were having a conversation about condoms, right? And he just wouldn't talk to me about it, and so I was like, I didn't know what to buy, you know, like, because like I don't know what to buy. Like, he was like, that doesn't fit me, right? And I was like, okay. So I didn't know what to get, and he wouldn't want to talk to me about it, and I didn't know what to look for. So I just like called his dad, and I was like, can you handle this? Like, I don't know what I'm looking for, or like, and I don't want to know, please. Like, I don't want to imagine or picture that. But yeah. It's very uncomfortable, like, yeah. Welcome in. All right, guys, let's change the, I feel like I want to end it here and get right back on, because I want to download this to just be about what we just talked about that specific topic, and then I want to restart the live to a different one. All right, because this is a very important message, and I want it to be just about that. So I'm gonna get off, and then I'm gonna get right back on. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for being here and joining me. Yes, Angelica, it's on my showcase. It's on my showcase. Look at how small my fingers are. I got the small, but it's too small. It's like open here. So for my fingers, I would get a medium. I'm gonna try the medium next to see how it fits. But these are small. Most of them fit, but they're kind of open. Like, these 3 fingers are open on the side, and they're reusable. Thank you, Earth Angel. But I love them. They've been stuck on like fucking hard. Okay, I'm telling you, I fucking hit my finger the other day, and I felt like I was bruised. Like, that's how stuck on they are. Okay. But yeah, go check it out on the showcase, okay? All right, I'm gonna end it and get back on, guys. I love you guys.